No, it's all working out as it should, folks. I'll tell you what's going. No, what was I laughing at? Well, which one? I mean, the thing that I loved about this presser is the media is out of control. The entire Washington establishment doesn't know what to do, folks. They are clueless. They're witless now, and they are totally discombobulated. The normal techniques that they use to destroy their enemies just glance and bounce off of Trump. It's really nothing different. They have not known how to deal with Trump since he entered this race. They continue to try to plug Trump into their formula, their system, the establishment, the business of politics, the way they do things, which is a world they run, by the way, and in their own minds. The media run the establishment. They can take people out, they can build people up, and they have become accustomed to being able to do one or both whenever they want. They are totally ineffective with Trump, and they don't know how to deal with it. And this is a very crucial point. What is behind all of this? And by the way, this story that BuzzFeed ran with last night, I don't know how many of you heard all during the summer that, and I heard from a number of you emails, and for Russia, I'm really worried there's some story on Trump out there that they're just waiting to unload, and this is going to destroy him. And I don't know what the details, but everybody's got, well, this is what it was. And for months, drive-by media tried as hard as they've ever tried anything to verify what was in this 35-page intelligence report, and none of it could be verified month after month after month after month. They were desperate to release this during the campaign, during the debates. They were desperate to release this before the election, but nobody could verify it. So in their frustration at their inability to, take Trump out, and their inability to damage Trump, their inability to destroy people's love and support for Trump, they have proceeded down the path of self-destruction. They're really destroying themselves now. And the intelligence community is involved in this. But this is also a media operation as well. And so they just decided, BuzzFeed last night releases this big story that everybody's had all summer long, this 35-page detailed report on all kinds of perversion, behavioral perversion that Trump and his associates engaged in on trips to Moscow and so forth. And one of the allegations, are you ready, is that Trump bought a bunch of prostitutes and brought them into the presidential suite at a hotel in Moscow where Barack and Michelle Obama had stayed. And then Trump had the prostitutes urinate on the bed in front of him. And that's one of the fundamental ingredients of this story. And they've been trying to verify this, and the name Michael Cohen, one of Trump's lawyers, is said to have been in the group witnessing and watching the urination by prostitutes on the bed. And it was a childish way of supposedly getting even with Obama. It's just absolutely ridiculous. It turns out that the Michael Cohen that this report claims is not Trump's Michael Cohen. The whole thing is made up. The whole thing is just an absolute disaster. So BuzzFeed last night decides, after CNN is a coordinated, if CNN reports on the existence of the report, but they don't detail it. Jake Tapper, who wants to be known as one of the most highly respected journalists in the world, decides to start vomiting this stuff, but he doesn't get into details. That's a signal for BuzzFeed to go ahead and release and publish all 35 pages. And BuzzFeed does so while telling everybody that none of it has been verified. We can't confirm anything that's in this report. Not a single shred of this can be verified as true, but we think you should see it so that you can make up your own minds. And then this began a whole media, meltdown last night. And it was fascinating to watch, folks, because you could go to one blogger after another and you could read the bloggers who really hoped it would be true. And if I wanted to, I could name the names for you. I spent a lot of time last night tracking this story, and I found the bloggers who wanted it to be true by hoping it was true, by holding out hope that there may be some backup for this, and others said it's a disgrace, it's a shame that any of this ever saw the light of day because none of it's been verified. It was a very eye-opening moment, but what's really happening here is that the drive-by media and everybody in the establishment, which includes the intelligence agencies, they are used to being able to take out people, to destroy people, to ruin people with innuendo and allegation. That's all they've ever needed. They've never. I give you Clarence Thomas and Anita Hill. I give you Robert Bork. I can give you example after example where if they've wanted to target somebody and damage them or ruin them, all they've got to do is broadcast innuendo and allegation. Don't have to have evidence for it. It's never been needed. But they're outclassed by Donald Trump. And I'll have more on this. Just don't go away.